like a good thing. Like Peach doesn't really ever get sexualized.
Mm-mm.
Like I mean, you could look,
Mm-hmm.
and I guarantee you there's gonna be stuff about it, but like it's not. There's nothing too crazy out there.
No, it's not.
Oh goodness, I'm losing myself.
What was that?
Things. Stuff and things. Ow. Ow! Okay, I think I'm getting hurt more from the environment than anything else. Is this a,
It's not a custom stage, I'm thinking.
No. Wait. Oh, goodness. I do not know where I was, and I died. Is this a, Mother Earth?
Oh, Ness? I
Yeah.
think so.
He's always got, like,
Mm-hmm.
like have you ever played a Mother Earth game?
Nope. Oh, whoa!
Awesome. And I'm out.
Whoa!
It is one thing I like about the newer games. I'm not too fond of like just everybody being in the games, but I do like how the battle maps just work,
Mm-hmm.
coordinate. There's just a whole lot to it.
Yeah, it's just like they gave a crap and took their time with it instead of trying to rush for a cash grab, saying, "We got everybody in here, so let's just throw everything together and
Right.
just let the cash money begin." So I was like, these games, they take time. Like people just need to be patient. So I was like, we were talking about Elder Scrolls. Like, man, if it's worth it and they actually have something, if they at least have an idea of what they want to do, I'm willing to wait
Right.
as long as it's done well. Because we look how long, like Grand Theft Auto 6, it just got announced this year that it's finally in development.
Oh really?
Yes. And they just announced it. You know how, and Grand Theft Auto, infamously, goodness gracious, you stop won't let me up.
5 came out when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm. Same here.
And then Red Dead 2 came out, which I was a lot happier with.
Right, and that's the biggest thing. It's like, okay, they take their times with their games, like top sellers, make sure, okay, we're gonna do this right, or we're not gonna do it at all, because we're not gonna rush just to get a grass grab and say, okay, here's Red Dead 3. Kind of like how Elder Scrolls Online did us.
Yeah.
So, as long as it's not a repeat of Elder Scrolls Online, I'm willing to wait as long as needed. Now, I'm not saying like the PS10 comes out, finally Elder Scrolls 6 is that, but
That's what I'm worried about.
you know, I mean, if it's worth the wait, then I'm willing to wait. But if it gets to the point where it's like, okay, it's not worth it, then it's time to move on. Just call it quits and say, hey, we're done production. It's one of those nightmare games that like, because I looked up like how long it takes for like a game to be developed and how long it takes for it to be like fully done, and there was like a little guideline of how, okay, are you gonna let me punch you or just gonna keep doing the same move? But anyways, there came a timeline, like if you don't get it done within the first couple months of production, it just becomes like hell to do anything with it. And I think that's what they're at, and they're just stuck there. But people are expecting it because it's not, because you already announced it. It's formally announced, and now you're just in development hell because you probably don't know what to do because you can't top 5. You don't know how to top 5 because that's what they're competing with. Like, if you do anything under, especially how long the build-up it's been up to get to 6, if it's not as good as 5, people are like, this is not Elder Scrolls. That's the thing. Like, when you make one of the best games ever, it's hard to follow up. Like, no one remembers Return of the Jedi as much as they remember Empire Strikes Back. Nothing against Return of the Jedi. I love that movie. I know you're not a Star Wars fan, but everyone knows, Luke, I am your father. Not, sister, you have a twin sister. No one remembers the reveal of Leia as much as they remember the reveal of Darth Vader being Luke's father. You know what I mean? Because it was just, that's how they're in now. Like, it's not going to be as good. They want that not to be the Mortem, I think, but they can't. And they're just stuck. So it's be interesting when we eventually get there. I think I'm hopeful. Maybe it's just a little too optimistic here, but I think it's going to be released when the PS5 around, when it's on shelves, and I think it's going to be there. But I don't know.
Realistically, I don't think either Starfield or TES 6 is going to come out anytime in the next year or 2.
If only like some of these yearly games would do exactly what these games are doing, like take their time and craft it, not like spill it out, spew just non-stop gameage. Like Pokemon, I'm more worried about Scarlet and Rose. I think those are what they're called. Rose Scarlet and Violet. Scarlet and Violet, there we go. I get there. Like their games.
Scarlet and Rose?
Yeah, they're Scarlet and Violet. They're Pokemon releases a new Pokemon game every year, whether it's a remake or whether it's a new addition to the series. That's what they committed to, just like the football games, sports games, like WWE, and you get a lot of crap. Like they can't really test it because they don't have enough time to work on it. And sometimes it'll be a hit because you can get a really good concept within a quick amount of time, but most times it's the latter, where it's not going to sell well, the game's still too buggy, it doesn't work, because you don't have enough time to commit to it. If they just took the time and didn't do, if there's no such things as yearly games, I think
there was no expectation of pushing all.
Yes, all in within a year. I think games will probably have, sure, they have less content, you wouldn't be making as much money, but when they do release, you'll be making probably it all back, if not more. Because you can trust the developers, you can trust that, hey, these guys took their time to make it, it's not just pieces of crap. It's not a cash grab. I think people wouldn't mind the in-game purchases and the everything that goes into that. I don't think they would mind it as much. Because like I understand, like I'm getting the full game, but this is just extra. Not a yearly game makes lots of money because you have to pay to win, and then they just do it again next year. So it's like you just wasted your money for 1 year.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of my fear more of with companies like Bethesda, who MMOs are becoming extremely popular, and it's more about, micro purchases and things like that, and definitely the game becomes just an immediate cash grab. So in my opinion, it's like...
Hence, Elder Scrolls Online. That was a cash grab.
Like, they're not very enticed, there's not much incentive for them to make any headwork on a game when they're still getting money from a game that they didn't have to put much effort into versus how much money they're getting out. Like it's every other, season or something they need to like patch something, do something else, but like the game has been there since 2014 and it's only just been adding and making more money.
Well, the good thing is that Bethesda hasn't come out with anything Skyrim related or Elder Scrolls related since then with cash grabs. So it's either A, they learned a lesson, B, that's not what they're expecting, or C, it was just a rush project. It was kind of forced on by higher ups that Bethesda partners with. Or maybe because sometimes, man, like with these live action movie remakes, maybe they decided to do it for rights so they don't lose the copyrights. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, and that's the thing. We keep recycling ESO. Like it, yeah. Like it becomes, ow. Like yeah, it's been out since 2014, but it's like especially every holiday we do something new. When a new DLC comes out, that becomes like the biggest thing, and like it's endlessly able to be recycled, and the new thing is able to come out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that keeps it alive for another. It, it's really interesting because you know the only reason why Skyrim is as remembered as it is because of the modding community.
Mm-hmm.
Like Skyrim was an okay game to play, and then the modders came out and Skyrim is a game that has lasted for 10 years. If you took the base game, there's no way that the base game could have lasted
that
for
long.
10 years.
No.
And, you know, that's not a bad thing. Like, sure, you should be able to have the ability to have people help you with games, just freelance and independent. But, like, just the fact that like, I don't know, yeah, it's just a matter of, you know, 4 years after Skyrim came out, which was basically about their time in between. Oh, there's a little bit more, actually.
Give me 5 apiece.
If you like black licorice.
Oh, okay. How about this one then?
Oh, like, that's not bad.
Okay. What you were saying?
But yeah, like, the time between Skyrim and the time between ESO was normally, traditionally, the time in between, like, each other Elder Scrolls game.
Mm-hmm.
And, again, you know, it was, to me, it just kind of seems like, oh yeah, that was the time that they were just like, okay, it was a good run, Skyrim, you're over. And then when it finally got into the hands of the modders, Skyrim people were just like,
Came back.
oh crap, we gotta do this. Ow. Okay, I thought I still had jumping capabilities. Haha, uninvincible. Ow.
Sure about that?
Okay, I'm a little hot potato right now.
A little hot potato. Ah, Nest ate it. Alright, eat that one.
Yes, thanks for eating it.
Oh.
Oh wow, I tripped on a banana.
Ah. Oh wow.
Okay, thanks.
At least you're polite.
What?
You're very polite. Like, oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
like,
welcome.
I didn't want to live either. I didn't want to live. That was the whole reason why I decided to play a game, because I didn't want to.
Hmm. The real reason why people play games.
But yeah, I haven't done much insight into Starfield, but like I really like that I don't, because like the most sci-fi that
Did he just kill himself? No, he did not.
Yeah, this is better.
Sometimes it doesn't work though.
Yeah, you gotta be good. Crap, man.
Yeah, just eat it. Ah. Uh-uh. See ya. Man, as you were saying. And that was a level 9 too.
Yeah.
Try not to die next time.
I'm doing my best, Wes.
I know. That's my problem. Last time we played this, I kept testing. I guess we're just not going to get Bayonetta. Half these characters just going to be unlocked.
Ah, goodness. I need. What do you need? A tailor. Cause I don't rip my pants. But yeah, the most sci-fi that Bethesda's given us is Fallout,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not even like star space fantasy. That's like it's a few couple punks you mix together.
Yeah, I didn't really care for the new Fallout.
Which one?
4.
Oh no,
Mm-mm.
I'm playing that right now actually. Did you ever like look at 76?
I heard about it. I never tried it, but I heard a lot of bad things about it.
I guess I would like to try it, but it just seems very...
I'd rather not waste my money on a game that's been called bad.
Well, see again, like if it was on sale and like I don't know, I could get it for like $10.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing what it is.
Even then, I don't think I would because, you know, I just I like being positive about games, and you know, big companies, especially when they make like successful lineage of games, like Fallout 3 New Vegas was one of the best Fallouts.
You mean with 2 games?
What do you mean?
Fallout 3 and New Vegas.
Oh yeah, my bad. Fallout New Vegas is pretty good.
Yeah, that's like most people have like the most full deception with them.
Mm-hmm. And I like to be the guy. Well, I'm not gonna give an opinion unless I play the game. But at the same time, though, if I hear bad reviews, I don't want to take a risk and play something that's bad. Because even like WWE 2K22, the game that I was told is good, there's still like a lot of issues with it. It's like makes it very hard to play.
Well, and here's the thing too, like, you know, different generations of gaming, it's gonna have different things about it, and you're never like if you have a standard of gaming, something's not going to feel comfortable if it's away from that.
Yes, but when you can't play most of the one of their biggest taunted game modes, their biggest advertised game mode.
Wes.
What? What? What'd I say?
No. You just, like, all three of us, you were just like, sword, 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 and just yeeted me over. It was like, I died.
As Sonic is taunting me. Thank you. You kicked me to the cloud.
You're welcome.
Oh no! I can't make it that far! Yep.
Whoa! 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 Okay. Ow, that's my face. Mario.
Sonic downbeat me.
Nice. Nice. But yeah, like, that's something I'm definitely figuring out playing Oblivion is, you know, you're used to the Elder Scrolls games. And, like, I played Skyrim, and I loved playing Skyrim. But you play Oblivion, and it's a completely different beast. Like, all the controls are different, the mechanics are different, just, it's a...
There's some stuff that's familiar, but not everything.
Right, but, like, and you're gonna have that with a lot of things, so, like...
and that's fine. You can take that in a swing with games, but when... Okay, let's say the biggest reason why... One of the biggest reasons why Skyrim was successful because they brought in dragons. I'll just say that's theory.
Sure.
Let's say that's theory, and then when you play the game, the dragons don't show up. It shows on the scenes like there's a dragon there, but they can't see anything because the game has a bug, and you can't see it, and you have to fight something that's invisible, and then the game freezes, and it crashes on you, and then 4 months go by and there are the patches, but none of them fixes it. That's basically what 2K is doing with their newest game. It's saying, oh yes, GM mode is back. Oh yes, this is back and it's great. But yet no one can play it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Just like, you tout it for a whole year saying, yes, it's back. It's going to be great. It's going to work. And then you don't tell us what's in there because it's very basic compared to other GM modes and years past that a PS2 can run. But an Xbox can't. A PlayStation 5 can't. Because that's what you decide you can only put in. And then it still doesn't even work right.
Right.
So just like, I don't expect much, but if you're going to put something in the game, I expect it to work.
Right.
I expect the game not to crash when I'm playing something and I'm in the middle of something. I'm excited about it. Then that's like, I expect change, but I expect change to actually work. Or the change, you actually can access the change.
Yeah.
And then not just like, oh, I can look at it. That's all you get to do.
Cool.
I paid $100 to look at this on my television screen.
Awesome.
Because my dad actually got the game for me as an early Christmas present, or as a late Christmas present. Paid $100 for the game, and it doesn't work. Just like,
Awesome.
Awesome, thanks 2K.
Yeah,
And then now they already announced that they're working on the next one. It's like, this one's not even fixed! We got two patches left, because they stopped patching once the DLC's finished. The last DLC is the first week of July. That's just like, and then whatever we get, that's it. It's like, so you better fix it soon, or else I'm going to ask for my money back, or I'm going to ask that the next year's game is going to be free, because I paid for something that doesn't work. Because that's just ridiculous.
That's also another reason why I'm not a big fan of games being online or having the capacity for internet accessibility. Because that's all that is. Was, you said PS2, PS3. Those were online things. You had a disc, that was data, literal data, and you plugged it in and it was fine. All of it was right there. Nothing was corrupted, unless, for whatever reason, you made it corrupted.
Like, I'm sorry to say it, but Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 did not age well with their glitches and bugs.
Oh yeah, no, but like, it's still a fun game.
Like, a lot of people, like, if that came out in today's gaming era, people expect patches.
Right.
And then they say, oh, this is the worst Sonic game ever, when it's like, well,
Respect.
I mean, it wouldn't be acceptable today, but it was acceptable back then.
Right.
Which doesn't make sense to a degree. But my only issue with to combat what you're saying about the games being online is that the 2K's like you can't play online GM mode. The online experience is very, very limited. It's one of the reasons why a lot of people are upset about the game. Because everyone's expecting, hey, I can play 4 players or 3 players online GM mode with my friends. That could be awesome. Nope, that's going to be a next year's edition. Because since they want you to pay for next year, they want to see, okay, let's see if it works this year, the base, and then we'll give the rest to you, the details. I just don't understand. I could get a smart marketing strategy. That way, you know, you have to have people keep coming back to buy stuff to get the game you originally want. But
right.
When you already have a limited amount of stuff and you can't do that right, oh, it's why I got a Switch, because the Switch games, at least they have limited online experiences. But it's enough to the point where it's like, okay, like if we got, like I got the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate with the actual card, but the Pokemon Legends Arceus and Arceus is or let's take for example Gang Beast. Gang Beast I bought online. Gang Beast works great. There's no bugs I see that like it's game breaking. So they can do it. It just I think not developers. I think publishers have to have like a deadline, I think, or something along those lines that kind of push the developers. Like, okay, we can only do so much with the time we give. So, I don't know.
And yeah, it really just all comes down to it's a product.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta push it. You gotta make it as fast as you can, and with as little error as possible.
Yeah,
but
and I know. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
But that's still going to be quite a large margin of error if you don't account for any of it, you know.
And one thing I do understand is that people do make mistakes, and not everything's going to be perfect. I understand that. That's why patches are a thing. Why people don't get upset if, you know, if patches have to happen. But when it's consistent and nothing seems to change, then you get on the line that, okay, people just don't care.
Ow!
It's like, we heard you, we see you.
But we're not doing it.
Yeah. We're just going to keep doing it anyway. Like, Madden football. A lot of people, like John Madden died, the guy who game's named after. Yeah. And people are hoping, okay, maybe this kickstart Madden back to the glory days, because Madden used to be one of the best sports games to get. Nowadays, it's extremely buggy, it doesn't work half the time. There are game-breaking bugs where the game will just like have like something happen where all the players rush to the football and they just try to stand there picking it up and they can't, and you're just stuck there. So if something finally renders right, where someone gets lucky, where a code will happen where someone actually picks up the football. Like game-breaking like that, where it doesn't make any sense. The game mechanics don't work. And then they'll take out features that have been in the game since like the PlayStation 2 days, and then bring it back years later and say, oh look, this is brand new. When it's not. So it's just all about cash grabs with them, and they don't care. And this year it's the same deal. It's like, hey, we brought in a new game mechanic, but we're not really dedicated to anything else other than game mechanics. While everything else has been outdated for the past 12 years. They just don't care. They just want your money.
Right.
That's games I like to stay away from. I don't, after Madden 22, because the only reason why I got it was because of the, I'm trying to find somebody to play as. Okay, here, I'm just going as Big Bad Bowser. But Madden 22 was supposed to have what's called a scouting feature. But college, like you look at college scouts, like you go to Ball, scouts go to Ball State, it's supposed to be more intricate and more in depth than its bare minimum basics, like has been for the past 12 years. It was crap. They had us wait for 3 months for it to come out, and it was still extremely basic. Point where people were collaborating, and I was collaborating for it with it to go back to the older one. That's how bad it was. So that's the last Madden game I'll probably ever purchase. I'll stick to the old ones if I ever play football again. But because I'm tired of giving them money when I'm getting. It's like I'm getting money. I'm being paid to go to the toilet and take a crap.
Yeah.
I'm paying them to do that with my money, and I'm tired of doing it.
And again, that's kind of what I was meaning with the whole internet thing. Of, you know, yeah, we do see it where it's just a simple fix. It's just, oh hey, we're online and we have the capability. We could easily just, you know, reprogram it and it's fine. But for whatever reason, in this age that it's incredibly convenient to be able to do that, they don't. Whereas again, you know, before you had that, you had to make sure that nothing on this disc that you are going to buy has, you know, any number of striking errors.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's it. You can't change it. You can't do anything. There's no coding on the internet saying, oh yeah, we can just go in and reprogram it.
Mm-hmm. You know what's crazy though? I found out. I was watching this one guy. I can't remember his name on YouTube channel. On YouTube, but I can't remember his channel name. He found out that there's a very old GameCube game that actually still has their servers online.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And actually has like a lot of people, like a couple thousand people still playing the game.
And what is it?
I think it's kind of like a RPG.
Huh.
But he like walked around, he played it, and it was on his GameCube. And I was just like, that's crazy. GameCube is over 20 years old, and there's a server still up on it. There's a couple of them. It's like, are you serious? Wow. It's like, man, I'd rather not play that because the servers back then, I mean, obviously the server still works pretty well, and the game's still pretty popular. But fresh, I'm just getting smacked.
Get smacked.
Wow, villager just tossed me aside.
Oh yeah.
Goodness gracious, everyone's going out that way.
How about you two boys tussle it out? Okay, never mind.
You just go in there and knock them both literally out.
Don't you dare. This is the night.
Uh-oh. Yeah. I knew that was coming. As you try and shoot your... Oh!
Almost.
Nice. There you go.
Finally. Oh my goodness. That was pretty good actually.
Mm-hmm.
It was... I used to... That was something my brother made me do when I was a kid, because he was like, I want to fight you, but you're not fun to fight because you don't know how to play. And so he would it was he played me in Melee, and he would literally set me up with 3 other level 9s,
Hmm.
and that would be my trade.